Hundreds of teams across the country helped make this launch possible. Here in Huntsville, dozens of contractors work around the clock to make this mission to the moon a reality. Two of those groups, Teledyne and the United Launch Alliance, are at the forefront of this space launch systems engineering. Fox 54's Caleb Aguayo shows us what local companies did to bring man back to the moon.
Among the various teams across the country that worked on the Artemis II mission, NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center recruited dozens of them from right here in the Rocket City. One of NASA's program managers for the Space Launch System, Dr. Sharon Cobb, says they worked on several parts of the rocket themselves in the Tennessee Valley and brought in several others to help.
We also built two very important components, the launch vehicle to stage adapter as well as the Orion stage adapter at the Marshall Space Flight Center, using the workforce and the equipment and the amazing tools that we have there on site. So that, in partnership with some of our prime contractors, are some of the important critical pieces that the Huntsville community can be proud of.
Those local contractors tell me that public-private partnership is critical for missions like this one. They say from rocket stages to adapters to even the crew capsule, Huntsville is a part of this entire operation.
We're supporting all those entities in some shape, form, or fashion. And so if you do a Google search on different components, more than likely one of our Teledyne companies is going to come up as a provider or developer of those components. You know, as we move forward in the space race, supply chain is a big problem.
Teledyne Brown Engineering built some of the stage adapters, the onboard electric systems called avionics, and the connections that protect those systems, but they didn't do it all by themselves. That's why NASA recruited companies from all over the Tennessee Valley. That includes the United Launch Alliance in Decatur, which built the upper stage and the propulsion system to get the crew to the moon and back again.
We'll prep our stage following our mission, and we'll go into a quiescent period where the Orion spacecraft will actually approach and simulate as if they were going to approach another spacecraft, a lander or something like they will in the future. So they'll get to demonstrate that proximity operations capability.
And in the future, these same local companies are hoping to work with NASA on a permanent lunar base and man's first steps on Mars. In Huntsville, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
But before Mars, the second Artemis mission will take a lap around the dark side of the moon before making a return trip to Earth.